What is textile printing? Textile printing is the process of applying color to fabric in definite patterns or designs. In properly printed fabrics, the color is bound with the fiber so as to resist washing and friction. Textile printing is related to dyeing, but in dyeing properly, the whole fabric is uniformly covered with one color, whereas in printing, one or more colors are applied to it in certain parts only and in sharply defined patterns. In printing, wooden blocks, stencils, engraved plates, rollers, or screens can be used to place colors on the fabric. Let's discuss about some common method of textile printing and see how it works. Block printing. The blocks are usually made of wood and the design is hand-carved so that it stands out in relief against the background surface. The print paste is applied to the design surface on the block and the block then pressed against the fabric. The process is repeated with different designs and colors until the pattern is complete. Block printing is a slow, laborious process and is not suitable for high-volume commercial use. Screen printing. Screen printing is a printing technique where a mesh is used to transfer ink onto a substrate, except in areas made impermeable to the ink by a blocking stencil. A blade or squeegee is moved across the screen to fill the open mesh apertures with ink, and a reverse stroke then causes the screen to touch the substrate momentarily along a line of contact. This causes the ink to wet the substrate and be pulled out of the mesh apertures as the screen springs back after the blade has passed. One color is printed at a time, so several screens can be used to produce a multicolored image or design. Roller printing. Roller printing has traditionally been preferred for a long production runs because of the very high speeds possible. It is also a versatile technique since up to a dozen different colors can be printed simultaneously. There is a separate printing roller for each color being printed. Each of the rollers rotates over the fabric under pressure against an iron pressure roller. A blanket and baking cloth rotate over the pressure roller under the fabric and provide a flexible support for the fabric being printed. Heat transfer printing. Transfer printing techniques involve the transfer of a design from one medium to another. The most common form used is heat transfer printing, in which the design is printed initially on a special paper using conventional printing machinery. The paper is then placed in close contact with the fabric and heated. When the dye is sublimed and transferred to the fabric through the vapor phase. Digital textile printing. Digital textile printing is often referred to as direct-to-garment printing, DTG printing, or digital garment printing. It is a process of printing on textiles and garments using specialized or modified inkjet technology. Inkjet printing on fabric is also possible with an inkjet printer by using fabric sheets with a removable paper backing. Burnout printing. A method of printing to obtain a raised design on a sheer ground. The design is applied with a special chemical on a fabric woven of pairs of threads of different fibers. One of the fibers is then destroyed locally by chemical action. Burnout printing is often used on velvet. Discharge printing. Discharge printing is performed on piece-dyed fabrics. The patterns are created through removal rather than addition of color. Hence, most discharge printing is done on dark backgrounds.